Podcadzo. Welcome to Podcadzo, everybody.
I can't.
So, happy holidays to everyone out there.
This is going to come out the day after Christmas, right?
Yep.
So, yeah,
By the
Christmas
time-
was yesterday.
Hope everyone had a lovely time with their families.
Hanukkah's been over for a minute.
Hanukkah was early this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But hope everyone had a lovely time with their families. At this point, our song Stranger First has come out. That's what we're going to be primarily talking about today.
It was out on Friday, the 22nd.
If you've not listened to it, pause this podcast and go check it out.
You've already had 4 days to check it out.
Yeah, inexcusable.
Yeah. What
But
the fuck are you doing?
We're willing to overlook it this one time.
I don't know if I am, actually. I might have to come to your house and kick your ass.
Please comment your address if you haven't listened to it yet.
And yeah, Venmo me some money or something.
On the day we're recording this, however,
Yes.
the single has not been released.
It's
Christmas has not happened.
I haven't gotten any cool shit yet.
And we are 3 days away from Julian's birthday.
Yes.
So I wanted to start off with a little gift giving.
I'm one. Oh. Ooh.
I hope
wow.
you don't have this.
I actually. It's a really
do you have
funny
Revolver?
story. No, I was just telling Kelsey the other day. Or, no, maybe not Kelsey. Someone. She's usually the only person I talk to. I was telling someone that I still don't have any Beatles vinyl. And at this point, I don't know if I would ever buy Beatles vinyl because it's like.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to a record store
It's
and buy
embarrassing to
something
buy
super
Beatles
accessible.
at a record store, yeah.
But getting gifted Beatles vinyl is amazing.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Thank you very much.
You were talking about how much Macca you've been listening to. And
Yes.
saw that and thought I'd pick it up for you.
Wow, it's such a nice package too.
Yeah, isn't
It's
that cool?
weird how it's like the wrap from the front wraps.
Yeah, wraps over. I know, I haven't seen many like that. And it's mono.
Oh yeah,
it's
it's
not
in
the
mono.
stereo.
That's cool.
So
Hell yeah,
hope you
this is
enjoy
gonna
that.
be sick. Thank you very much. Dude, first birthday present in the books. Actually, second technically, but getting older fucking sucks.
Yeah,
You're older than me, right? You've already turned 27.
I'm 3 months older than you. Yeah, I turned 27 end of September.
So when I say it's like a nothing age and a nothing birthday, you kind of know what I'm talking about, right?
27 I always made
What's it
significant in my head.
Because you like Kurt Cobain and stuff.
27 Club. I arbitrarily I don't know. 27 just seemed like. I think it was because I met someone in my early 20s who I looked up to a lot. I was even 19 then, and he was 27, but he seemed like an adult. You know, he was a cool dude, and I liked him a lot.
Was it that dude that shot up a bunch of people at the mall?
Yeah, it was him.
I looked up to him.
He was 28 when he did that, though.
Yeah. Well, he was in plans when we were. When he was
It
27.
wasn't that guy. I don't even know what the hell Julian's talking about.
I was trying to think of a specific shooting, but there's so many that
I know it's horrible.
it was hard to pull a specific one to mind.
Yeah. Happy early birthday.
Thank you very much for the presents.
Of course.
This is cool. Now it feels real. This is the first.
First gift you've gotten.
Well, it's the second.
Uh-huh.
Kelsey got me a coffee maker. That
Ooh. We were
really-
just talking about coffee on the show. What kind of coffee maker?
It's a Cuisinart.
Nice.
It's one of the.
I used to have a Cuisinart.
It's like I don't know the exact word for what the design type is, but it's the type that has like a water bay like separate from where the steeper is and then the carafe.
Mm-hmm.
And it like filters the water, oxygenates the water, and like controls the temp that the water comes out over the grind.
Hell yeah. Cuisinart's good stuff.
Dude, Cuisinart's cool. Comes with a 3-year warranty. Fucking makes a hell of a cup of brew. Takes it to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is like now I feel
Now you can smoke those prayer sticks, drink coffee, and listen to the Beatles. And that's a very nice
it's probably exactly what I'm gonna be doing
way
tomorrow.
to spend. Yeah, it's a nice way to spend your day.
Yeah. Well, my birthday's not for a few days, but
Yeah,
I'm gonna be a degenerate for at least 2 days.
you deserve it. I'm gonna take tomorrow off too. I decided.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
yeah. I just need a day of rest.
Are you doing anything for the holidays?
Just chilling mostly. Holidays, dude. I hate the holidays. I used to love Christmas. Really look forward to it. And now it's just, the old cliche of the holidays are just something to get through.
I mean, I still I still really like the feeling of the holidays, like, and the nostalgic kind of factor that comes with the holidays, but like Christmas itself isn't like a big deal. It's more of just like a seasonal feeling.
What I like is like this week. I like the week before Christmas where it's just kind of like a looming thing. You don't actually have to do anything yet. It's not. I don't have presents yet. I need to buy gifts for everybody.
Damn, I was just about to ask what you got for Julia.
That's stressing me out.
This comes out the day after Christmas. Doesn't matter if you spoil anything.
Yeah. No, I
don't have anything to spoil.
Gifts. No, unfortunately. So that stresses
plan
me
ahead
out
more.
But once I buy stuff, I'll be chilling this week. And then but yeah, like because we have to split Christmas Eve and Christmas Day between mine and Julia's family. It's a lot of driving around, logistics, figuring stuff out.
Where's Julia's family?
They're in Fort Collins too.
Oh,
but,
nice. So it's not too bad.
No, it's not bad at all. It's like a 20-minute drive between our parents' house, but just
and
figuring out how to split the time.
Collins, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Are you doing anything?
We're going to Broomfield.
Oh yeah, I think you mentioned that
go.
for Kelsey's family.
Yep.
Very
Just
cool.
gonna go up on Christmas Eve, eat some food. Probably go to bed real early, wake up real early, open some presents, come back, and then
see what Sandy Claus brought you.
Hoping he brought me that AK that I asked for.
Yeah, Santa loves our freedom, dude. He'll bring it to you.
Yeah, Santa believes in the right.
How
to bear
good is our
arms.
Santa Claus, dude?
He's white, that's for sure.
God bless Santa.
But yeah, and then I don't know, just back to work, and then New Year's happens the following week. Can you believe it?
No, it's crazy.
Can you believe
We're
another
in
year's gone by?
2024.
It is genuinely nuts, like how quickly the years kind of just go by now.
Oh, definitely,
like,
man.
I feel like 2023 just started, and I hate to sound cliche, and that's like one of the most cliche things I feel like you can say is just like, oh, I feel like this year just started. But like seriously though, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, because I had a very structured year in terms of like trips, work events, shit like that. And the same trips and work events are starting to come up next year already. I'm like, oh my God, this again, fucking already. Like,
yeah, that's kind of the
crazy.
same way I feel about like work specifically. Is like we're just starting to get all of our calendars for all the shit that's coming out next year, and it's like, wow, we're already doing this again. Like,
Yeah.
fuck.
But at the same time, and I guess this is also a cliche thing, when I actually like look back to the start of 2023, it does feel like years ago. Like, I did a Vegas trip at the start of 2023 last year, and then I had a couple like ski trips after that, and it feels like that was years ago. Like, I feel like I was a different person when I went to Vegas last time.
That's insane.
Yeah.
What's changed?
Nothing in particular. Just a year's gone by, I guess,
Yeah,
Done a bit of growing.
you're older
Done
now.
a lot more podcasting.
That's
Put
true.
out some music in the world. Gone dummy viral a couple times.
Yeah, we went stupid
No,
viral.
stupid viral, dude. Everyone in the world's seen our Instagram clips, dude, probably.
Yeah,
Everyone in the world's about to hear Strange at First,
hell yeah.
which is what we're talking about today. One quick music thing before we get into Strange at First. How do you feel about holiday music?
I was actually going to ask you, I thought maybe a premise for an episode of the podcast could be we talk about holiday music, but then I
Yeah.
realized I don't really know and like enough holiday music to sustain a full episode.
I thought about doing the same thing. And yeah, it'd be hard
Yeah.
to fill a whole episode.
This is a really, really obscure reference, but there's a Ren and Stimpy Christmas soundtrack called Yaxmas.
Yeah. I've not heard it.
It's basically
I loved Ren and Stimpy back in the day.
yeah, it's fucking phenomenal. It's like Christmas, but it's Yaxmas instead of Christmas, and Santa is like a yak who rides in on like a yak.
Was this a Ren
sled.
and Stimpy TV episode?
It was like a TV movie, but
movie?
it came with a whole soundtrack because there's a bunch of songs. It was like a musical.
I'm sure if I
thing.
saw clips, it'd look familiar. I probably saw it on TV at one point, but
I used to listen to it like every year when I was putting up ornaments on the tree at the house. Back when life was still fun and things still had meaning. But yeah, that album is probably my favorite Christmas / Yaxmas album of all time. It's so ridiculous. Other than that, I don't really give a fuck about Christmas music. I think it's all pretty bad, pretty boring, pretty overdone.
I
think we could use some new Christmas music.
That's something I wanted to bring up is how insane it is that there hasn't been a Christmas hit since Mariah Carey. But I like Christmas music because I like jazz, and I think a lot of people confuse jazz as just Christmas music. Like, I've definitely heard like comments from little kids or like stories about kids saying like, "Why are we listening to Christmas music if jazz is on any other time of the year?" So I have a couple good jazz Christmas albums that I shouldn't limit myself. I could listen to them anytime during the year, but
They're about Christmas.
I have a rule. Like, I have this cool little old Christmas box set from the 60s. So it's got like Ella Fitzgerald and a bunch of that shit on it. And I have a rule that after Thanksgiving, I break out the box set, and that's on heavy rotation between Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Okay.
And particularly, there's this album by Kenny Burrell, who's this cool jazz guitarist from the 50s and 60s. And it's called Have Yourself a Swingin' Little Christmas, I think is what the album's called. And it's just jazz guitar covers of classic Christmas songs. It's pretty dope. And I love Mariah Carey. I love All I Want for Christmas Is You. I think it's one of the best songs of all time. It makes me happy when I hear it. I don't care how much people hate on it and how much it's overplayed. It is a beautiful song. And it's the last true Christmas classic that was ever written.
Yes.
Before that,
it still annoys the fuck out of me. I don't know. It's just like,
yeah.
whenever
no,
I hear it, no matter where I am, the only context I can think of when I hear it is like I'm just stuck in a department store, running through the aisles, frantically shopping for a Christmas gift on Christmas Eve, and Mariah Carey is just mocking me. And it's fucking annoying.
Don't insult Mariah Carey like that.
Mariah Carey can handle
lady.
it. She can take it. She's got nothing but support in the world. She can take one hater.
We should be part of that support.
No.
Podcadzo supports Mariah Carey.
Podcadzo halfway supports Mariah Carey.
What I was going to talk about Strange at First is how much Mariah Carey influenced me on that song.
That's a fucking lie.
But yeah, in terms of Christmas hits, classics, Mariah Carey.
There's
the one before that was Wham,
Jimmy
who we
Fallon
talked about.
and Meghan Trainor song. Did you hear that one?
No.
They put out a Christmas song.
This year?
Uh-huh.
Dude,
like
I
just
didn't want to fucking hear it.
Yeah,
I did see Jimmy Fallon embarrassing himself at the Thanksgiving Day parade.
That's all he does,
Yeah,
bro. Everything he does is an embarrassment
I was
to
so
his
upset
own name.
because he had the Roots backing him.
It's like,
and I thought they were going to
bro,
like give Jimmy like a verse and the rest of it would be the Roots performing, but it was just Jimmy Fallon.
It's honestly
singing,
shameful that the Roots even have to sing.
No, we talked about this
like
in the
that.
hip hop so that the Roots are like legitimate hip hop legends, and Jimmy Fallon's done everything he can to ruin
Jimmy
their legacy.
Fallon is like if a club cracker became a real boy. Like he's that fucking bland.
Yeah.
It's insane.
It's pretty rough. But yeah, so it's fucking Mariah Carey, Wham, who we talked about on the last episode. And then Paul McCartney had one before then.
Isn't there like there's got to be like
and
a
there's
Rat Pack Christmas song out there that's pretty popular.
Oh yeah, for sure. But that's bad. I'm going chronologically from Mariah Carey.
Oh, I thought you were
ages.
talking about just like importance.
No. I'm just saying when the major Christmas songs were written. And like the Frank Sinatra ones, I don't think he wrote any of them.
No, he definitely didn't.
Yeah. So
Frank Sinatra didn't write a single one of his own songs, for the record.
We should do a Frank Sinatra so it'd be really
I would
interesting.
love to.
Because I actually like a lot of Frank Sinatra.
I love Frank Sinatra too, but the man's a fucking hack, bro.
Yeah, he is. It's insane.
It's
his
crazy.
Career. Yeah, so Macca and John Lennon both had Christmas hits. Run DMC.
Have you ever
I was gonna
seen
say
that?
between Wham and fucking Paul McCartney was Run DMC.
Run DMC. Yeah.
And then before that, it's just all the Christmas classics we know, which I don't know when those were written.
Like all in the early
eons ago.
1900s.
Yeah.
Mostly in the early 1900s.
Like Silent Night is probably like
Silent Night's
1300s.
probably really old. But then there's like Amazing Grace. That song bangs. That's not like a Christmas song, but it still bangs.
It's
and they
religious,
play
sung
it
around, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love Amazing Grace. And then there's like Santa Baby is pretty good.
Oh yeah, Santa Baby's great.
They redid the lyrics for Baby It's Cold Outside. So it's like PC
so it wasn't
now.
as molesty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess that song's chill again. What else? Rudolph.
Dude,
so
Frosty
like
the Snowman.
although I'm not a big
Candy
fan
Cane
of
Lane.
the Christmas songs as much, the like old school Christmas movies like
yeah.
Rudolph, and like what's the one with the abominable snowman in it?
That's Rudolph,
Is it
isn't
Rudolph? Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
Well, maybe it's just Rudolph.
Or is
I'm
that
thinking of.
Frosty?
Maybe it's Frosty. Either way, all those movies are fucking great.
Yeah. I love Christmas movies.
Christmas Story is great.
One of the stressful parts about the holiday is cramming in all the Christmas movies you need to watch.
It's
Kind of
been
need like a
years.
calendar to get all of them in.
It's
So I have a
been-
list of things I like to go through.
Really? Do you go like in any specific order? Are there ones
no,
that you
but
like
I
have
should
to
start
hit
doing
before
that.
Others?
Yeah, I watch like the cringy romance ones early on, like Love Actually is an early one.
Yeah.
The Holiday.
I've never seen The Holiday.
It's Holiday's really horrible but good. It's Jude Law, Cameron Diaz, and Jack Black and Kate Winslet.
Oh shit!
And I love it. It's like it's a objectively bad movie, and Cameron Diaz cannot act to save her life. But and Jack Black is an absolute cringe lord in the movie.
Really?
It's a bad Jack
Not
Black
in like
role.
a funny way.
But Jude Law is Jude Law. You know, he says, and Kate Winslet too.
Cut from stone.
Yeah, fucking legends. There's a. Have you ever heard of The Family Man with Nick Cage?
I think so.
That's another one I like to watch. That's my dad's favorite Christmas movie. So
Elf?
we always watch that. Elf, classic.
Uh,
There's National Lampoon, Christmas Vacation,
Christmas Story.
Christmas Story. Is this good podcast? You're just naming Christmas
Naming movies.
And then all the animated ones, as you said. That's the other thing, man. They're like, when was the last good Christmas movie made? Because Netflix really. Did you ever see The Princess Switch with Vanessa Hudgens?
No.
Also objectively horrible, but
Yeah,
I love it.
I
And
can
so that's
tell.
entered the yearly. And did you ever have Vanessa Hudgens crush?
No, never.
You never got the High School Musical Vanessa Hudgens
No,
crush?
never. I was a hipster, like piece of shit for a long
Even
time.
in
so.
2007?
Oh,
when
100%. That was probably when it was peaking, to be honest. I was like, anything that anyone likes, I hate by
That's probably
default.
earlier, 2006. I think we were
It was
8 or
when we were in,
9
like,
when.
third grade.
Yeah,
Maybe second grade.
that's hilarious.
When
that
the
you're
first
even a
High School
hipster
came
then. I loved
absolutely.
High School Musical. I had a huge crush on Vanessa Hudgens. It still has kind of lingered on today. So whenever V Hudge is in a movie, I watch it. And The Princess Switch, she's made 3 of them now, and she plays 2 different people in the movie, and it's wonderful.
So it's twice as much horrible acting.
Twice. She's good acting. One of the characters she plays is like a British princess. She does an accent and everything.
She does
She
a lot
crushes
of
it. And it, yeah, she's like a real Cockney. Yeah.
In it.
It's my kingdom, innit? Well, you want in my
What you
kingdom. I'm the
want my
fucking
kingdom?
princess. All right, let's fucking get to what
All
was
right,
this
so
clip you had to show me?
This guy, I just wanted to show you this to hopefully bring a little warmth to your heart. I think this guy should not only feature on a song at some point in the future because he's obviously a natural talent.
Mm-hmm.
I think he would also just make a great podcast guest because clearly he's got stories to tell and like a lifelong, probably just advice to give. He just seems like that type of fella. So
From the still I'm seeing right now, I like him a lot already.
yeah, and I think the song has substance.
Oh, you know what? 1 second. Let me press record on the computer audio.
Oh, yes, the people need to be able to hear this. And it might blast your ears too, so. Yeah, there we go. All right, ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. This guy, if somehow he sees this, please come on our podcast. I'd love to hear you tell me some
Did you
stories
find my
about your
note,
life.
bitch? I left it on the suicide door, bitch. I found it on the floor, bitch. Number 1 rule, don't trust. Well, actually, I trust all women. And it's really hurt me.
Yeah, so that
It
guy,
reminds me of Jeff Goldblum.
he's kind of like a combination of Jeff Goldblum, like maybe an older Jeremy Allen White.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Dude, and he knows
Kinda like
something about
some
going
Bruce
dummy
Springsteen.
viral, 2,400 likes on that.
Dude, yeah, he's a natural talent. That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like that voice combined with the Cadzo kind of mysticism that we have, like, it could make a banger song. We could be at the top of the charts with this guy.
I think so too. I think we do some great podcasting too.
Yeah, 100%.
I'd love to hear how women have betrayed him.
Just tell me one story about how your heart's been broken, or I don't know, even just like how you trust women. Tell me how much you trust women.
What have those nasty done to you?
Yeah. Tell me how your heart's been broken. Let's get to the bottom of it.
New Clown Order.
Yep.
Clip this.
Come on.
Tagging him.
Come on the podcast, bro. Tell us some stories.
I would love to. Thanks for showing this guy to me.
Give me an STD through the camera.
I saw you post a... well, you have that pop filter on your microphone right now, so that'll probably block anything.
That's
from coming
true.
through the microphone, at least. It's like a mask. It's a COVID mask for your microphone.
100%.
I saw you posted a clip of that dude who does covers of songs really poorly in parks. And
Just Adam?
Just Adam, that's his name. I've been watching his shit for a
Dude,
while.
I know for
yeah,
here we go.
Dude, there you go. Just hate him.
I got a plan to get us out of here. I've been working at a convenience store. Minutes to save just a little bit
He's
of
so
money.
good, bro.
I just saw him do Toto.
Yeah, dude, he does Africa.
You and I can both get jobs and finally see what it means to be living.
Yeah, dude. I mean, like, also, I guess we gotta extend the invitation to this guy too. Please collaborate on some music with us.
Yeah.
Like, show us how it's done. Like, really, I just want to learn from you.
Yeah.
Tell me how to not only be viral, but tell me how to write something profound and brilliant and be a performer. You know, be a true musician.
Andy Warhol had a quote that said, the best art is being good in business. And I think nowadays the best art is being able to go dummy viral.
Going stupid on the
Going
internet.
Stupid, dude.
Yeah, it's true.
And we dabble in that a little bit. We're artists ourselves.
Not only are we artists ourselves, but we also,
I mean, there's
would
masters
say,
out there like Just Tatum and New Clown Order, for example.
yeah, we can hang with the likes of the best, like New Clown Order. I mean, I showed you Bev Casanova. I guess we got to get Bev Casanova on the podcast if possible.
I have a meme page. I hacked the mainframe, shout out, who has actually expressed interest to me over Instagram being on the podcast. And
Come on the
she
podcast.
goes dummy viral every day.
Come on the fucking podcast.
Yeah.
Tell us how to go viral.
I'll reach out to her. I would
Tell
love
us how
have
to
her
get
on there.
clout. Tell us what clout is.
Dude, to get any attention would be so sick.
I would love it.
Love it.
If people could just, like, I don't know, if we could get a single song on Spotify to like 1,000 streams,
Yeah.
I might shit my pants.
Man, I can't even
would shit my
imagine
pants.
what that would feel like, dude.
I've never done it.
Wax did it. We had a couple.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, well,
You were, yeah.
I guess
You've
I
done
don't
it.
care
You've
enough to
done
pay
it.
attention.
Yeah. You can buy streams pretty easily.
I wish you
There are
could buy
ways to do it.
friends.
Yeah.
I
You can do that too
Well,
nowadays.
it just doesn't feel the same.
Yeah.
I want it to be a free friendship that feels real, not a paid friendship that feels fake. That's why I can't hang out with Ricardo anymore.
Yeah, fuck you, Ricardo.
Anyway,
Anyways, let's get into Stranger first. We're gonna
we're just gonna listen to it.
yeah, we'll listen to it, talk about the process of making it. Maybe we should do just a straight listen through.
Okay.
No stops. We can chime up while it's playing and talk. But and then we'll come back and listen one more time and actually like stop and talk about stuff. But we'll give the listeners a chance to listen all the way through.
All right. Before I hit play, give me like a 5-second breakdown of this song. Like,
Oh yeah, okay. So
what's the deal with it, and what's the like backstory?
So the song is called Stranger First. It's the latest release from Podcadzo, our band. It is born from a guitar riff that I've had for years and years and years that I came up with from doing a finger exercise. I was never too sure about the riff. I thought it was a good riff, objectively a good riff. But I was a little self-conscious about it, feeling a little bit too like basic cock rocky sort of thing.
Yeah.
So I never felt like doing anything with it. Then one day, Julie and I were down here in the basement jamming and
Just letting it all hang
just letting it all
out.
hang out. I was like, hey, dude, check this shit out. I got this pretty cool riff. Let me know what you think of it. As we just started playing it, and Julian's drumming over it. As you'll hear, it's phenomenal. Ripped it. And it gave it kind of a new perspective for me. The song is called Strange at First. I say that phrase one time in the lyrics. The lyrics we can talk more about after, but the quick synopsis is I kind of adapt I take on the persona of a character through this. And part of it was because of what I said. I was a little self-conscious about the riff and about it feeling too cock-rocky and stuff. And I thought if I actually tried to write lyrics in earnest, it would be kind of cheesy and could make up into a bad song. So, yeah, let's do it.
Cool. There we go.
Yeah. Will's piano.
Oh yeah, he didn't have piano until the very end.
Yeah. And it really ties the whole song together. Strange at First. Grab the lyric from.
There it is.
Yeah, so I had that main riff and this chord breakdown part for a long time. So it's funny to just literally yell, I'm a cowboy.
I'm a cowboy.
Yeah. Made it pretty obvious the persona I'm writing from. And there's also the Kid Rock song, Cowboy Baby, kind of referencing that. Kid Rock is a lot of the guy I had in mind.
Very heavy influence.
Yeah. Guitar solo. Breakdown part here. This is something we never played live, but I came up with the ideas, we were tracking it out and mixing it. So I thought your drums needed some shine here.
It's like the one part of the song with space.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice to have a little breather.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a busy song.
Yeah.
Intentionally. So, of course, but. Okay, so it goes into this breakdown. This riff you're about to hear is another riff I've had for a long time and never really thought to put it together until we started jamming it.
Yeah.
I was like, well, we could do a little time change here or speed up the song and do this section.
Might be our first riff.
Yeah. And I knew, talking about feeling self-conscious about something being too, cock rock riff. I knew this was never going to be, the meat of the song.
Right.
But this was a good opportunity to bring it in.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
Good tune.
I think so. I guess just to like piggyback off of what you were saying about like adopting an alternative persona or whatever. I kind of took that approach to like tracking drums because I just wanted to do something more kind of like in your face and a little bit more brash than the typical Kadzo stuff. So this song for me was a lot about trying to find ways to like be as unhinged as possible while still being like groovy, because obviously we don't want to be like a math rock band, and we don't want to be like I don't know, we don't want to be like too balls to the walls. We still want to have like a level of grooviness and psychness to the song.
Totally.
So it was about splitting the difference of being like more of a rock drummer and being more like in your face without being like too over the top. And I think, not to speak for Benson, but I think it was kind of the same thing for him writing piano, is trying to find like a different headspace than where we normally are. And this is like, I think, one of the only songs that we've written so far where I didn't have like a part in my head like pretty much right away that I just like fine-tuned. It was like me trying a fuckload of different stuff, and even all the way up until we tracked it, like it was kind of different each time we played it. And there was definitely like a level of improvisation to the song that hasn't been there really for any of the other Kadzo songs.
Yeah.
So it was really fun to try and be more, a little bit more balls to the wall without being like over the top, and make like a song that goes harder and rocks a bit more without just being like fucking riff central, like, cock rock, as you said earlier. So
that being said about your drumming, should point out that the drums you heard on that track are one take, a single take.
Well,
your first take.
Yeah. Really?
Yep.
Shit.
You did
forgot
one
about that.
take of Stranger First, and we're like, that was it. We'll do a second one for posterity's sake, but I didn't take anything from that second take.
Nice.
That's all one take straight through. So
a lot of it
you
was
nailed it.
just felt, it kind of just felt, it was like putting together a bunch of ideas from all of the previous jams.
Insight.
Trying to have all the ideas make like a brief appearance in the track rather than have like one idea that I try to like develop as the track progresses, if that makes sense. It's just a lot of like sudden change ups and grooves that don't repeat, and the song has a lot of sections that kind of don't really repeat either, or even if the sections do repeat, they're different lengths, there's different phrasing to them, and it's just more of like a wild ride, I guess, if you will. And I think since you mentioned the outro riff, it's kind of funny, like, from what I remember, like, talking about this song in, like, pre-production, there was the idea of, like, well, I have this riff, and I have this riff, and they're two totally different riffs, but I think they could go together, but we just don't know how to put them together. And in practices, we always just kind of had, like, an improvised, like, jam noise section there.
Yeah.
And I think that on the actual track, that wound up being, like, one of the highlight sections of the entire song, is that little break, because it's pretty much fully improvised. We didn't have ideas for it going into it. It was pretty much an open book. And we also just, like, I don't know, I think we found a way to marry, like, two unrelated ideas in, like, a really smooth kind of way.
Yeah.
Without it just, like, being, like, fucking two songs stitched together, like, you know, feels pretty tangible, like consecutive thought from A to B.
I agree totally. And it's funny that it worked out so well, because everything on there was just like intended to be a placeholder, kind of like how we transition from one part to another. We're like, oh, we'll do something else later.
We'll figure it out
but
later.
This is just a placeholder right now, just to fill the space. And then we listened to it and like, this works. And then you had the brilliant idea of adding the engine noises, the car sounds, which I think really ties the room together.
I think that in a weird way, like, I don't know, that specific noise section, I gotta give credit to Jack White, because when we were like jamming it and when I was hearing it in my head, I was hearing like a lot of influence from like Highball Stepper combined with like some of the like noisier stuff on his new record, Fear the Dawn. And so the car thing ultimately just came from me being like, how can we rip off Jack White,
Yeah,
but
it's a
not
Jack White
actually
thing to
do
do here,
something
yeah.
that Jack White has done before?
Which is so funny that you had that thinking, because I'd always like kind of thought of it in my head as like, this is our like Jack White kind of influence song. And I was, even before you said that, I was listening to a ton of Lazaretto as a reference track as to kind of how to mix this one.
And it is very Lazaretto-y. I think from like a mixing standpoint, interesting things to me are this song has like the level of snare that normally I would ask to be mixed into like heavier songs, like in my heavier projects. I feel like that's a cool thing. Like we fucked with the actual drum mixes a little bit, the levels of everything, and made it more like just more like rockin', more like post-rock influence to it. And even though, like, not to say that the bass parts are just like autopilot bass parts, because obviously like you put a lot of thought into them, but they're just like the bass parts that you come up with first, like not necessarily a shitload of thought put into them, but the way that the bass and Will like interact on the song really like makes it feel a lot like heavier and more raucous, which is fucking sick.
Yeah.
And then like the kind of like cutaway section where it's just like bass and drums for a second, that was also, I think in my head originally we left that section open for Will to kind of like improvise some key stuff over or even just for you to improvise some vocal lines over. But Will wound up not putting anything over it, and I mean obviously there's like no guitar, no vocal over it either, so it wound up just being a cool like change of pace in the song that wasn't ever there until we recorded it.
I was because in one aspect it felt a little bit wrong to like leave so much empty space on the song. I was like, this is just like blank canvas we could fill with something cool, like a key thing, or like I had a couple different vocal ideas of just like going on these weird like vocal rants to kind of fit in with the theme of the song better, like this guy like truly having a breakdown. But yeah, like as I was processing those ideas, I was like, no, I think this song just needs, like you said, a little breathing room. Like it's the first kind of break we get from a lot of craziness and a very packed sonic field. So I think it's kind of a welcome change of pace.
Yeah, it's super cool. The other thing for the super nerds out there that I'll point out about this song that I really like is the like chorusy sections right after you say I'm a cowboy baby.
Yeah.
The drum part there is fun because it moves from quarter note to quarter note triplet to triplet to eighth note, so it kind of every iteration picks a different like emphasis to put the beat on, and your part and Will's part like never really changes, but the drums changing from quarter note triplet to eighth note underneath everything, I feel like makes the song kind of like wobble around a little bit, and it feels more like it feels more like it's wandering from place to place rather than just being like one consistent locked in repetitive thing,
which fits in. So, and it was your like structuring of that actually gave me the idea for the lyrics of like there's a perspective change there from like the guy being outward facing to inward facing. And I always had the idea to just like kind of yell single word or like short phrases there. So if it's hard to understand, it was kind of intentional, but I yell horse to start with, and then action. And then on the first one, I say fine whiskey. That's what I'm all about, baby. And
Hell yeah.
So in my mind, it was shifting from this guy having like wanting to talk to this woman at a bank because he's a big macho man, but is actually afraid to do it. And being like, oh, if, I would talk to you, but I'm busy today. I have other stuff to do. I'm a man of action. And then him kind of like shutting down and being like, this is what I'm about. Horse, which I got the idea from the Barbie movie. Have you seen that movie?
No, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Ken goes to the real worlds, and he thinks that like masculinity and horses are just like intrinsically tied together. It's like, oh, that'd be funny just to yell horse. And like it fits in with the cowboy thing. So yeah, and so the fact that your drums kind of fit in, you know, with like there's that change in the structure, I think worked out well.
Yeah, I think it makes the song feel like it's being pushed along at like a quicker rate than maybe the song actually wants to go. It adds to like that level of kind of chaoticness, but it never becomes fully unhinged because it's always like linear. And the other cool thing, I guess, kind of to mention about that part is, or just about that concept, is the idea of eighth note to triplet is something, it's a concept that comes back in another song that we haven't released yet. So, and those songs kind of came to fruition at like the same time, even though they're like completely different. I think that concept of like the eighth note to the triplet to the quarter note ties the two songs together really well and gives them kind of a similar swagger, even though they come from like different headspaces. So
yes, that said song I'm very excited to release, and we had debated putting them out together or doing separate singles. We obviously decided on releasing them separately, but yeah, I'm excited for that one too.
Yeah.
So yeah, why don't you play that chorus part so we can hear the listeners can hear your drums.
Just went all the way. So here goes from quarter note to quarter note triplet. And obviously we're up that quarter note. You can kind of hear it too, eighth note.
Yeah.
I guess it doesn't happen there.
Lyrically, this is where I wanted to show what the guy was all about. Like, I'm only in it for myself, you know.
Yeah.
So here we go.
So there we are, the quarter note, eighth note.
The drum transition here. You played this like same field the first time we played it through. I thought it was amazing. Yeah.
So here we go from eighth note to quarter note triplet, eighth note, and here we are at the quarter note. Eighth note. And then quarter note triplet for the breakdown. And then back to the eighth note. Quarter note triplets for the very end. Yeah, I think the cool part about that is that was something I intuitively picked up from the way the guitar part kind of breaks down at the end, the quarter note triplets that are in your part. I took that as an emphasis to like implicitly insert into the song throughout the rest of the song, which I think is not necessarily like obviously a unique idea. It's been done fucking trillions and trillions of times. I just think it's unique for us specifically because normally the goal for us is to lock in together in the tight 4/4 sections and then kind of step outside of the bounds a little bit when we're in the looser sections, but the loosest we ever really get is like a 4/3.
Yeah.
So I think just the concept of having something regularly changing fits that song specifically really well.
But I think it's cool that we both had the thought of like we can't make this too basic and riff rocky, like
Right, because it's easy. I think, not to speak for you, but for me in this group, it can be easy to say we want to do like tongue-in-cheek things or do things maybe even like somewhat ironically as like a commentary. But this song like wasn't ever supposed to be that. It was supposed to be about the idea, for me at least, of making something that rocks, that is like a bit heavier and more up-tempo from our normal stuff, but isn't like a cheesy rock song with lyrics that suck or like, you know, just something predictable. I wanted it to be unpredictable.
Definitely. No, I think we do that well, without tooting our own horn too much. But I'm really happy with how this song turned out. I'm proud of it, especially knowing the beginnings of it and knowing that like I think both you and I and Benson were kind of thinking like, will this ever be a song? Like, is this just something we're jamming? It felt that way at first, like that's just something to kind of, you know, mess around with at rehearsal.
Yeah.
But it just over time, like we added enough structure to it and, you know, got the parts down enough where it was like, this could actually be a cool song. And that whole time I was kind of like thinking like lyrics in my head too. And so yeah, it came together in like a cool organic way. And it's the first time I've I guess written or like recorded and released a song where I didn't think it was going to be a song like right from the get-go. Like I said, it was like basically just a finger exercise to begin with or just something to mess around with.
Yeah, which is also cool because, I don't know, I think I always, not always, from the time that I kind of heard you playing it and stuff and just riffing on it and us jamming it together, I always envisioned it being a song. I just didn't necessarily know like what it needed. And it just needed a...
Just needed time, really, because like it's not like we changed.
Structure.
Yeah, structure. It needed time and structure to like figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like it's, you know, as you play things more and more, like they take on a new meaning, and you like develop a new understanding of like what you're doing and like where it's coming from. So
yeah, and the longer, and this is to be said about hopefully like any project, but the longer the project goes on with like a vision in mind, I think the more cohesive the thoughts become, and the easier it becomes for like the group to have like a common goal.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think this song is like a good example of us working as a unit to find like that common goal, because like I kind of said earlier, it took Benson a while to come up with exactly what he wanted to do. It took me like a while to come up with what I wanted to do, and it wasn't like a typical like just idea drought where like we literally had no ideas. It was more about like, what can we do that plays into the song the most?
Yeah, there
and,
was
like,
kind of an
gives the
abundance
song
of
the
ideas.
most.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a nice kind of different side of things to take from our other songs, because the other songs are a bit more cut and dry, where it's like pretty much as soon as you bring us an idea, like we both have at least something to run with, something to fake, and it's usually just building off of that original idea. But with this song, it was literally like, well, I could do this, we could do this, we could take it down this way, we could, you know, Benson had like 4 different parts, and they all worked. It was mostly just about finding the one that played into the song the best. And so, I think that's just a unique place for us to be, because normally it's kind of backwards. We're like, we already know what we want the song to have, and it's just a matter of getting it to that level.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Benson?
What up, baby? We're talking about Stranger first.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Do you have any words on it?
Any words on it?
Thoughts on the song?
You play on it.
You play on it?
It's fucking awesome. Listen to it. Check it out.
Yeah.
Yes. By the
Check it
time
out.
this podcast comes out, the song will be out.
For 4 days.
for 4 days.
Better be up to at least 150,000 streams. All right. Well, let's wrap it up there.
Yeah.
Point. This is our last episode, 2023.
Yes.
Hallmark year for Kadzo. And
The
for
first year of
podcast.
Kadzo.
First year of Kadzo. It's been a good year. We've done a lot of cool stuff in the year. And I think we're going to do a lot of cooler stuff in 2024.
Hell yeah. We definitely are. And I think anyone who gives a shit to listen to our stuff, we appreciate it a lot.
Yes.
And ultimately, at the end of the day, I feel like this project is like a self-satisfying project. We're really only doing this shit for ourselves. But it means a lot to have people react to it and respond to it and like it, share it, whatever it is. Whatever your version of supporting Kadzo looks like, we appreciate it. So
Very much so.
yeah.
Yeah. So thank you to all of you. We love you. See you in 2024.
Happy New Year, bitches.
Happy New Year.
All right. We out. I'm gay.